And they've really moved this start point way back to give these drivers a chance to get up to speed and kind of sort things out. They did have it a lot closer down to the start-finish line. You see, these guys can't pass now. This is still just like the start of the race. They can't pass either side before they get to the start-finish line.
Mark Martin has led the first 4 laps, but now Juan Pablo. Oh, Martin bobbles a little bit in turn 1, and Montoya will get the spot, and here comes Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Yeah, that's exactly what we've been talking about all week. The guy on the inside, if the car gets close to him, and Montoya stayed right there on Mark Martin's door and got him loose as they got into turn 1.
See Bill Elliott, the 21, working the bottom side of the racetrack. Now you got Stewart looking inside him, 3 wide.
Yep, 3 wide, and back behind that's Greg Biffle, 3 wide.
That's for 4th position. Tony Stewart able to go by both Vickers and Bill Elliott.
They ran out of patience in a hurry, didn't they?
Man, I'm telling you.
4 laps in.
And you thought Smoke was going to take it easy and let the car sort out for a while.
Yeah, we'll see what he does.
Right now is the time to really kind of, get singled out here and then push your car a little bit. See where the weak spots are that you may want to work on later.
There comes last year's winner, Jimmy Johnson. Behind him, the 47 of Marcus Ambrose. We are 7 laps in, and for the first time in his stock car career, Juan Pablo Montoya is leading at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Remember, he won here in 2000 in the Indy car, and he decided this year to do the retro paint scheme, using the same paint job on this car that they had on the Indy car in 2000 when he won it as a rookie from the pole. Montoya the leader. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is second. Mark Martin, Tony Stewart, and Brian Vickers the top 5.
In traffic, he's seen that clean air since the start of the race. Is Juan Pablo Montoya.
DJ, we saw this 42 car in both practice sessions yesterday be second quickest, and obviously very, very confident. He said he had a shot for the pole, but obviously he went a little too late in the day.
Yeah, he did. That worked against him, but he's shown that he has the car today to really beat. It looks like everybody might run a little bit faster lap and be gaining on him, but his car seems to really hold on throughout the entire run.
Well, let's get you up to speed on the leaders, starting with Juan Pablo Montoya and Vince.
Well, and guys, I think one of the indicators that this car is really good and comfortable for Juan Pablo is the fact that he has said nothing on the radio. And if he's not on the radio complaining about it, you know it's good. He just got the reminder from crew chief Brian Patty to be aware as you come up on this lap traffic that you don't lose your momentum, time your passes right.
In every area today, and that's what we've always said it takes to win this race. There's just nothing you can give up. See Montoya's hands on the steering wheel. They're so steady. They didn't really work on this car at all. You heard Brian Patty say they haven't changed a spring or a sway bar this whole weekend, and they parked a little bit early.
You know, you mentioned Brian Patty, the crew chief. Juan Pablo Montoya and Brian Patty have a great relationship both on and off the racetrack. They work well at the racetrack. Away from the racetrack, they do a lot of things together. They go out and play golf, and they have that very solid chemistry, which allows them to communicate so easily. Vince?
Doc, that's a great point. And last July at Chicagoland, Brian Patty and Juan Montoya sat in Montoya's motor coach, and Juan told him, he said, whatever it takes to make the chase at 09, do it. We've got to get better. So over the winter, Patty and the team rebuilt every car from the ground up. For a year, they have been working for this position. They've been working to be in the chase. Right now, they're 9th in points and leading at Indianapolis.
And it has to do with the trust factor, too, DJ. And Juan Pablo Montoya, I'm sure when he came here initially, didn't trust a lot of crew chiefs to tell him what needed to be done with the race car. But now he trusts Brian Patty, and he's listening, and that listening is allowing him to now be in the top 10 in the point standing.
You said a good word there, trust, and that has a lot to do with how aggressive a driver can be. We know he has a lot of aggression as a driver, but what could he go do with his race car? And he has that. Brian Patty is a very smart individual, has a lot of good things. He's on top of things. It seems like he's always been the guy that's been a little bit kind of out there. You know, he's not afraid to take a chance with things. When they work, that puts him ahead.
In 92 previous races, Juan Pablo Montoya had led a total of 57 laps. He has led 88 here today. Approaching the 100-lap mark here in the Brickyard 400 presented by Golden Corral. It has been Juan Pablo Montoya's day. You know, when he won the Indianapolis 500 here back in 2000, he led 167 of 200 laps. And Dale Jarrett, I guess when he gets a lead, he doesn't want to give it up.
You have a car like that, there's nothing else you can do. You know, I would bet that he's probably not put this car to his full extent as how fast it can possibly run. But he just likes that clean air. He's doing a fantastic job. I can assure you, when you get a car like this, especially at this difficult of a racetrack, it's a lot of fun to be out there passing cars, putting people a lap down.
And he is pulling away from the competition. Now let's listen to their radio.
There's nobody close, man. Focus on the track.
The guys behind you got one lap more on the tires than you do. Sweet.
That's good to hear. I mean, you're pulling away, nobody close, and they've got a lap more on their tires than you do, so there's no bad news at all in that communication.
No, it's all good, and right now that puts him in the driver's seat as far as being able to save his tires and kind of save his stuff. Doesn't have to race anybody hard.
Yeah, you know, they were one of the last ones to come on as far as the lead group, too, so that allows them to be a little bit longer, too, and see what everybody else might do. Not that anybody's going to do anything if this continues to be green, as we watch Brian Vickers and Jimmy Johnson battling for that third
Juan
spot.
Pablo Montoya for his final stop. If they get a good, clean stop, it's his race, basically, to hang on to win. Vince.
Juan Pablo Montoya says the car's just a little bit loose. They're going to make a slight air pressure adjustment, a half-pound up on the right rear. Otherwise, things are good for Juan Pablo. They said the car is really good. They just wanted the crew to make sure they had a good, clean stop.
Check that.
'42 car was too fast on pit road in two different segments.
You know, I never badmouth NASCAR, but if they do this to me, I'm going to kill them.
And we're hearing numbers that are just absolutely just barely over the limit. They give him 5 miles an hour, and that puts it to 60 miles an hour, and he's just a couple of tenths over, but this is going to be devastating.
So Montoya has to
There's no
come.
way. I was on the green, had 3 green lights all the way from before, maybe 30 yards before the line. Thank you, NASCAR, for screwing my day.
Man, this is heartbreaking.
Relax.
We had this in the bag, and they screw us because I was not speeding.
Don't speed exiting. Get you out there, Tev.
So he has to serve
Not
the
over, come on.
pass-through
Stand
penalty.
on here. We'll have a good spot over here on the back.
Well, the thing is, they give you that grace period, that 5 miles an hour. How close do you guys push that, Dale?
Yeah, you push it. I mean, with everything that you have to work with now, you push it right to the limit. But, you know, you want to keep that there. I understand his frustration. This is done electronically. This has nothing to do with somebody sitting up with a stopwatch or anything anymore. It is right on, and they have a red light and a green light. And whenever you go over just a little bit of that 5 miles an hour that they give you, then
Very lucky on that one.
For the 88 car was a big break, though, for the 42 of Juan Pablo Montoya. Let's go down to their pits and Vince Welch.
With Felix Sabates, one of the owners, along with Chip Ganassi and the Earnhardt gang. And Felix, can you put into words the disappointment when you heard that Juan Pablo was charged with speeding on pit lane upon exit?
Can you imagine we lead 3/4 of the race, and with 25 laps to go, they penalized us. You know, I don't know whether he was speeding or not. NASCAR said that he was, and they have the pictures of it. So I just wanted to show it to me after the race, and did they show it to me that he was speeding? I'd be happy with that.
Certainly disappointment down here in the Juan Pablo Montoya pits. And guys, you may have heard on the radio that Montoya indicated he felt like he'd picked something up on his tire, whether it was oil or whether it was a flat. They know now it's not a flat tire, but they are anticipating Juan Pablo Montoya will change 4 tires and take on some fuel here in this last final stop when the pit lane opens.
Thank you, Vince. Right now he's in 12th position. There are 24 cars on the lead lap, and Montoya, again, if you just joined our coverage, they got him, charged him with speeding, exiting pit road in 2 different speed segments. He had to do a pass-through onto the green and came back out. Then the caution comes out. That's why he is still on the lead lap. Again, if you just joined our coverage, the dominating car today was Juan Pablo Montoya, who's led 3 times for 116 laps, but a speeding penalty on pit road on the final stop. 2 different segments. He was over the speed limit. He had to come back on a pass-through penalty, and then the caution comes out because of the erupted engine for Dale Earnhardt Jr. He stays on the lead lap, and now mired back in traffic. Montoya not able to make much progress.
Keeping a little bit of air on the front of that, as we see here, Juan Pablo trying to take that spot away from Joey Logano again. Not able to make it. A little contact there.
They've swapped it back and forth now twice the last 2 laps with Montoya, or should say Logano and Kenza, Logano and Montoya in 11th and 12th position, and now Logano goes back by.
A lot of frustration inside the cockpit of that 42.
Yeah, but he did a good job there. He's also using his head, too. As frustrated as he is right now, he could have made that a much more worse situation by getting himself and Joey Logano in a bad spot.